Hello, my name is Joseph Jimenez. I'm from the Drama-30 class. Today I'm going to talk about two films, similarities and differences in Cesar Chavez and the Beanfield War. But specifically, I'm going to look at three things. I'm going to look at political agenda, social concern, and economic idea. For social concern in the film Cesar Chavez was trying to get fair wages and reasonable treatment for Mexican and Filipino farm workers who were constantly suffering from the farm owners' hands. But instead of sitting down and to negotiate, Cesar Chavez was met with violent threats and constant harassment from the sheriff department, specifically Sheriff Smith, who would constantly harass Cesar Chavez and his union and his strike. He would constantly arrest them, even though they had the right to strike and the right to strike on the farm owners' land. The farm owners would go as far as to use guns, violence, and even throwing pesticides on the strikers to try to prevent them from striking and remove them off their land. And the Milagros Beanfield War, Joe, the main protagonist, his social concern was the constant harassment from Sheriff Montana that he received after the land developers noticed that he was growing crops, which they didn't want him to do that because it would make it hard for them to get him off the land and build the resort. So that was the issue that Joe was dealing with. Also, the land developers would go as far as getting a bulldozer to go over Joe's land and try to remove his crop. So they would try to remove his crop for him so he wouldn't be able to grow it. For political agenda, both films got national attention from the local and federal government. Specifically in Cesar Chavez's film, President Kennedy came down to his town to talk about what was going on. He actually was in favor of the farm workers and encouraged Cesar Chavez to continue his strike and to try to fight for his fair wages and his reasonable treatment. Cesar Chavez, again, his main media to get his point across, his political agenda, was the strike. He would picket in front of the farm owners' land. He would picket in front of supermarkets and try to encourage people not to buy produce or products from these farm owners who they were striking against. In the Beanfield War, Joe would get town meetings together to try to talk about the problem that they were having. They were trying to get their political ideas, political agenda across through the people that they needed to fight against the land developers. Some were against, some were for. For the land developers to try to change the farms and get a resort, get more jobs going, but that would cost them their farms, their livelihoods. They would have to move since they wouldn't be able to afford living there because of the resort. The land developers' political agenda was definitely to remove every farmer that was there to build a resort on the land. For economic idea, and Cesar Chavez, obviously he was trying to hurt the farm owners financially. He would encourage the remaining farm workers who were working on their land to stop working and to join the union, to join the strike, in order for the farm owners to have more of a difficult time to pick their crop and take it to market. Cesar Chavez also was striking in front of their land, to try to prevent people from buying their products, their crop, again, to hurt them financially. When Richard Nixon got into president, Nixon actually was in favor of the farm owners. He promised them that he was going to sell their grapes to Europe, which Cesar Chavez found out about this and even went to Europe to try to prevent the grapes and other produce being sold from these farm owners to try to, again, hurt them financially. In the Beanfield War, Milagros, the economic idea was to keep their lands, keep their farms, to prevent the land developers from building the resort. Again, Joe was trying to grow his crop, and this was the economic ideas. Again, I'm Joseph Jimenez from Drama 30 class. This is my oral report. Thank you.